All right, guys, this video is going to go over Revolve number 8. I've had a lot of requests for this one. If you look at it, this Revolve problem is not very different from all these other ones. The only difference is you're looking at it from a slightly different perspective. So you really have to kind of exercise your spatial awareness and understand that even though it looks very different, it is not. Let's quickly go over this here. Okay, so on this drawing here, we're basically drawing our slice of pie, right? The inside profile of half of this. So if we cut this guy into quarters, what would the side of that quarter look like? What would the profile of my piece of pie look like? Now here's my axis here. So clearly there's a straight line. There's another line at 90 degrees, another line at 90 degrees, another line at 90 degrees. So basically there's a couple steps here, a straight front and a straight back with a space between the profile and the axis. Sounds complicated. It's not. Okay, now if I'm looking at this from the top, here's my perspective here. So I have my axis, which I always like to put on my origin. I have a space. This is the inside hole right here, basically. I have a straight back. Everything's at 90 degrees. I step up 2 steps and a flat front. And that's really it. That is my profile. So I think we are making this too difficult in how we are approaching it. Just look at it as simply as you can. What exactly do I need? Now, the thickness of these 2 plates is 250 thou or 1/4 inch. Very easy. The dimensions for the diameter of the plates is slightly different than what we're used to doing. So if I look here, the dimensions I'm given are actually the diameter of these circles in front. I think of them as plates because it makes more sense to me. But so essentially, I need half the diameter I need from the axis to this point. Well, half the diameter is the radius, as we know. And hopefully you guys all understand how to get a radius from a diameter. But essentially, if I follow the arrows, the diameter of this front plate is 1 inch. So my radius for that 1 inch plate is going to be 1/2 inch, right? So I go from my axis to the edge of my front plate, and that is going to be 1 divided by 2. Same dimension on the back side is going to be 1.5 inches divided by 2. And then if I, the last dimension I really need is the distance between the axis and the edge of my profile, which is equal to the radius of that hole in the middle, simply put. And the diameter of that hole is 0.2. So it's going to be half of that. So 0.2 divided by 2, which this is all simple math. I'm sure you guys can do it in your heads. But going forward, there might be some more difficult calculations. So just let the computer do it for you. All right, now lastly, I'm going to put some vertical dimensions here just to lock in my endpoints. And then that should get me fully constrained, and it should be a very simple and straightforward revolve. Picked my profile, it's asking me for axis, and there it is. Now my color is white. Don't worry about the color. Just understand that is what we're looking for. Now the second part of this is to do a circular pattern with a series of holes. You can check my other videos on 9 on how to do the circular pattern, but it's actually very simple. All right, that is how to do number 8. Hopefully this makes a lot of sense and you were just hung up on how you were looking at it.